Welcome back to Justice League Odyssey, right here at Comicstorian. This is the channel where we take some of your favorite comic books, video games, and movies, break down the storylines into a synopsis, and tell you exactly what happened. This allows you to understand the bare bones knowledge of your favorite pop culture media and go out and hang out with your friends and tell them all these awesome stories. Today we're going to be covering Justice League Odyssey issues 3, 4, and 5, continuing the storyline that we started up last Sunday. Starfire, Cyborg, Jessica Cruz, and Azrael all went to the Ghost Sector, which is where all of Brainiac's worlds expanded and basically came back into existence. They found Darkseid there already, and he told them that they are the old gods and they need to come to these planets and help him find the answers. When Starfire tried to get her answers, she lost control of her powers, and she yelled at her friends to get away because she was losing control. As Starfire is overheating, Jessica yells at her, asking, "What's wrong?" And Cyborg tells her that the priest, when he transferred his memories, must have infected Starfire with something. He might be able to stop her, but he fires a sonic blast to disrupt the language center of her brain, and then she comes crashing down to the ground. She asks what's wrong with her, and Cyborg says that they'll need to figure that out later. Right now, we gotta move. Jessica's ring then indicates that the planetary metamorphosis is underway. Please leave immediately. Azrael asks if her ring just said that there is a planetary metamorphosis happening. Yeah, this can't be good, right? Cyborg grabs a hold of Starfire and everyone starts running out of the collapsing temple and towards Brainiac's ship. Cyborg says that he can get it off the ground, but it'll take some time to repair the tech. Jessica focuses her willpower on her Green Lantern ring, stating that she refuses to die this far from home, and she creates a giant launch pad along with boosters for the ship. Moments later, Brainiac's ship begins to take off for the sky, with Azrael stating that the planet isn't being destroyed. It's almost like it's forming a cocoon. Perhaps the relic can tell them why. It's covered in different languages and Darkseid led them right to it. Jessica then turns to this team asking, "Who cares? That thing turned Starfire into a walking bomb and we just brought it on board our ship." Meanwhile, over at another planet in the Ghost Sector, a group of aliens begin to run from something, and one breaks away from the group heading down a dark alley. The alien says that he has to hide, and then his foot is snared and he is strung upside down. Footsteps can be heard, and a voice tells him that they have gone through a lot of trouble in this world of sin. Whispers across the Ghost Sector call that he is a seer, that he had a vision of the old god's return. What else did he witness? The alien yells, "Nothing, honest." And then the voice says that they will see for themselves. And with that, he stabs the alien. After a few moments, a man walks away stating that if the old gods are here to save them, then a war will follow. And he hopes that they can hear his prayers and that Azrael will appear. For he, Rapture, is Azrael's loyal servant. A short while later, over at a different planet, Cyborg and the others land Brainiac's ship to try and look for the Colluvian parts to repair it. But Jessica suggests that they just stay back while she looks. They can't really have the old gods just wandering about, right? Cyborg says that Azrael will at least follow, and he'll take Starfire back inside so that they can figure out what's wrong with her. And that's when there's a sudden bang. Cyborg jumps to his feet, turning his arm into a cannon, yelling, "Whoever you are, you better identify yourself before you get blasted in the face." An alien backs up, yelling, "Don't shoot, I'm unarmed! The ship just looked warm. Ever since we were freed, our world only gets colder. And as for the Tamarin, I know what's wrong with her. I was a medic. Well, I used to be. A plague broke out when our world was freed. I can cure her." Back outside, Jessica talks about how the Justice League helped get most of the Colluvian refugees off-world in the escape shuttles. But when the Ghost Sector was created, the Colluvian refugee ship was lost. Maybe they can find it. Just then, a snake-like alien springs out asking, "Did you want Collu? I can get you Collu. Name's Vogue. But I can get you some Colluvian tech. It'll cost you though. Come this way." Jessica and Azrael follow Vogue. But when they get to his little area, he says that they will make the Colluvian pay. After their world was destroyed, they were lost. He sent a signal to draw them in, and now, not so lost. "We have purpose again. Working for me, we will find the parts that you need." Vogue turns back, cracking a whip on the Colluvians, whispering, "You didn't leave your sword in the ship, right?" Vogue cracks the whip again, yelling, "You're all trash! Thinking you're so smart." Azrael jumps in, cutting the whip, stating that he will not witness anyone be enslaved, no matter the world. As Jessica enrages the slavers, a few moments pass and a voice calls out that they leave them for 2 minutes and you're already fighting. As Cyborg and Starfire join the fight, the alien that helped watches, stating that they're working together. Exactly as I planned. And that's when the camouflage fades and Darkseid steps away. Once Cyborg blasts the slavers away, the Coluans run up to him, stating that he saved them. The machine has returned! Praise the machine! Cyborg tells them that he isn't who they think he is, but across the way, Volg takes out his holo communicator, stating, "These damn outsiders! Call Rapture!" As Rapture answers, he says that this better be good, and Volg tells him that he may have just found the old gods here on the wreckage world. Rapture says that that's odd that the machine went there. He searched nearly all the worlds in the ghost sector and thought that this would be where they'd be. Rapture then closes the call and looks up at the massive statue of Cyborg in the middle of the city. Meanwhile, back on Wreckage World, all of the aliens are surrounding Cyborg chanting, "Machine, machine, machine!" And Cyborg steps back stating, "Please, I am not your god." One of the aliens pulls down his hood, stating that he must go to the machine world. His following is strong there. He can heal them. Cyborg says that they are not going anywhere unless they bring all of the people from this world there. If they can do that, then they will all go to the machine world. So, a short while later, in the Machine World major city, Jessica asks if they're seeing this, and Cyborg looks at his statue, stating, "Yeah, and it's not something I care for." As the ship lands, the alien from the Wreckage World says that he will guide them to the highest priest, that he is the true believer who built himself in the machine's image. He will be happy to see. At that moment, a voice calls out that they will be the judge of that. His name is the Programmer, caretaker of the machine's glorious legacy. There have been so many that have claimed to be the machine reborn. The others were punished for their falsehoods. At that moment, the Programmer's drones surround the group and they blast everyone to the ground. The Programmer tells the alien who brought everyone there that they will be rewarded, that they will know for certain once they begin their test. Elsewhere, out in the ghost sector, Darkseid is continuing his manipulation, walking through the ruins, stating, "The power of Apocalypse visited this world long ago, when I was a child for the first time, and it left its mark." As Darkseid walks towards the door with the Omega symbol on it, a hooded woman tells him that this is her kingdom, and she will only tell him this once. Leave! Darkseid tells her, "You will assist and aid me, then I will make you more than the Queen of Ruins." The woman fires a blast, but Darkseid deflects it by holding up his arm. "Calm yourself, Blackfire. Not everything is about you." As Blackfire removes her hood and flies over, she says that she has ventured past the ruins of her own world and witnessed that there are some who worship her sister as some kind of false god. The whole multiverse has gone mad, if they believe that to be true. Darkseid tells her that it has. But within that madness, there are opportunities. Tamarin was the last world hidden by the Coluans, locked away so that its secrets could never be revealed. But back on Machine World, Cyborg begins to open up his eyes, asking where is he? That's when the sounds of chanting and cheering can be heard, and as Cyborg looks around at the arena that he has been placed in, the Programmer yells, "Welcome to the test. Are you our god or a false prophet?" Cyborg then looks at the axe fashioned on his arm and he asks, "What the hell did you do to my hand?" At that moment, Azrael rides out on a mech dinosaur, telling Cyborg that it seems that we have to fight, and if we don't, all these people that we're trying to save will kill us. Cyborg shouts, asking, "What? We can't fight?" But Azrael charges in, slashing, telling him, "We have no choice. The people need to believe that you are their god, so make it look good, okay?" Cyborg punches Azrael back, ripping the axe off of his arm, telling him, "I'm not playing by their rules. My toys are better." He steps back, gathering his energy, releasing a massive explosion, blowing everyone away, telling them, "You're about to see just how high-tech my suit really is." As the smoke clears, Cyborg stands on the mountain of broken dinosaur robots, telling them all that there is nothing that can beat his tech. His tech is the highest in the multiverse. The crowd begins to cheer, chanting, "Cyborg, Cyborg, Cyborg." So he turns to the chanting and gives them a loud, "Booyah!" A short while later, the drones bring Azrael back and they throw him into a holding cell, with the others stating that this human is no longer needed. Starfire clenches her fist, stating that this has gone on long enough. No more pretending. They will understand that Cyborg is not the only one that the Ghost Sector worshipped. After blasting through the drones and breaking out of the holding cells, the three begin to make their escape as more drones come to secure them. The drones shout that there is no escape from the machine worlds. You will not harm the machine. And at that moment, a rapture tears through the group yelling, "The machine is no god, and neither are you, princess." As he swings his sword, Azrael blocks it, telling him to stop. The armor that he's wearing, it once belonged to me. Who are you? Rapture tells him that he has taken the name Rapture in his honor. He has searched for him, the avenging angel, agent of the bat. My god, I am your loyal servant. Azrael asks, wait, I have my own worshiper now? It's about time! Back inside, Cyborg walks with the programmer as he explains that they have been seeking to bring peace between the sectors, that they are planning to spread the message of the machine to all the others. Cyborg asks what is that message, and the programmer tells him that being a machine is better. Now, it can be viewed as sacrilegious, but we weren't sure that you'd reveal yourself to us, so we built this. Cyborg looks up at the display and asks if they are building a mother box. The programmer tells him that that is how they honor him, but it will do more than connect the worlds together. It will take the form of our maker. For us to truly survive the ghost sector, we must be transformed like our maker was, into cyborgs. Cyborg is stunned, he pauses and he asks them, wait, you want to be like me? Programmer goes on explaining that this box is connected to every bit of information available in the ghost sector, and with that knowledge they can ascend to a higher state, just as he has. Once fully activated, it will convert everyone in the ghost sector to their way of thinking, their order. Cyborg sighs, telling them that he can't let them do that. He refuses to make anyone like him. He struggled for so long to find himself within this body. It's a curse. Programmer says that they have tried so many different solutions and they have all failed. This is how they program themselves to be closer to him. This is the only way to save the worlds stolen by the Cthulhu. And with these worlds now freed, yet still restrained, can't he see what's coming? There will be a war. This sector is a ticking clock of doom. And once the rest of the worlds learn that the old gods have returned, the battle over who the true god will be unlike anything that they have seen. No one will survive. There are no alternatives to this. Back on Tamarin, Blackfire opens up the vaults to the tomb, stating that she does not know what can be found here. The royal tombs have been sealed for many lifetimes. Darkseid steps forward towards the pool before him, telling him, my race has long foreseen that this reality would one day end. That the multiverse itself would shatter and die. My father told me such stories. A contingency plan was made to ensure that the new gods would not perish, even if Apocalypse fell. And through our power, reality could be preserved. As Darkseid submerges himself, Blackfire asks how he can be so sure that some of that plan was hidden here. Before going under, Darkseid tells her, because I hid it here myself. Back on the machine world, there's an explosion in the inner chambers as Starfire and the others are blasting their way in, with Cyborg asking why he is seeing two Azraels. Cyborg tells him that the other is calling himself Rapture. They'll explain after they escape the machine world. Cyborg says, no, my followers are building their own mother box. If I plug myself into it, I could learn everything about the ghost sector, maybe even why Darkseid is here. But before Cyborg can plug in, the programmer begins to collect machine parts, shouting, nothing will stop the machine god from giving us our ascension. It is our only hope for survival. The programmer lashes out at Azrael and Rapture, and as they catch themselves, Jessica calls out that they've got drones incoming. Cyborg hurries to the mother box, stating that he can put a stop to all of this, and Starfire shouts at him not to do it, but Cyborg says that he knows the risk, but they need to trust him. As he begins to connect, he starts to pull in the data that he thinks will let him know why the Cthulhuans hid these worlds. They were, oh no, I know what Darkseid is planning. He lied to us. He's building a new apocalypse, a death world bigger and more powerful than the original, to serve as a bridgehead for the invasion and conquest of our universe, into all of the universes. The Ghost Sector worlds are the building blocks that he needs. The Cthulhuans knew what he was planning. They were trying to stop him. Oh God, we let the worlds out. We led Darkseid right to them. Everything that he needs for a multiversal domination and a return to power is here. Azrael yells for the others to make sure to keep the giant robot away from Cyborg, but Rapture says to just leave them. They're not like us. We aren't gods. Together we can bring vengeance to the Ghost Sector. I visited many of the worlds in the Ghost Sector searching for you. I have killed in your name. Starfire's followers, even they knew they lived in a hell. Azrael swings at Rapture asking, "You were the one? The priest said that the angels came." Starfire shouts that he is the one who's been killing her followers because they didn't believe in what he believes. Murderer! She fires at Rapture and Azrael deflects it, stating, "No, we've already dealt enough in war." And Rapture goes on telling them that there will be more sacrifices to come, that if they wish to save the Ghost Sector, Lord Azrael, come with me. We can deliver salvation, and I promise that you will find your peace. Azrael spins back, hitting Rapture with his fist, telling him, "No, if you believe that that's what would bring peace, then you betrayed me, Rapture." Rapture throws a smoke pellet on the ground, telling him, "No, it is you who betrayed everything, Azrael." And while Cyborg is still hanging, locked up in the mother box, Starfire tells Azrael to save him. They'll provide the cover. Azrael jumps into the air, grabbing a hold of Cyborg, trying to pry him off of the mother box. But the programmer gets in close, so Cyborg uses the box to blast into the programmer and his giant mechanical suit. Meanwhile, back on Tamarin, Darkseid emerges from the pool and Blackfire tells him that he was down there for quite a while. As she offers her hand, Darkseid smacks it away, telling her, "Your concern is not wanted or needed. I have concealed the component parts of my plan throughout what is known as the Ghost Sector, and one vital piece coordinates their functions: the other box." As Darkseid pulls out the chaotic box, he opens up a portal, telling Blackfire, "Thank you for your assistance. I will not trouble your world again." She says that he better remember his pledge, and Darkseid smiles. "Oh, I will. The future will not save itself." And in our epilogue, Rapture walks to his bunker, stating that like many of his people, after Kalu's destruction, he was stranded. But he knew the Ghost Sector's destiny. He found their Lord Azrael and begged him to save them. He refused. As Rapture pulls down his hood, he reveals himself to be Cove Maul, the one who tried to tell the Green Lantern to Paul before she left. After her death, he turned his back on science and started to believe that Azrael is a god. But they were wrong to put faith in him. Now he knows that if they want to save the Ghost Sector, the Order of Azrael must kill the old gods. And that concludes issues 1 through 5 of Justice League Odyssey. In setting up the mission, Darkseid is trying to rebuild Apocalypse. Cyclops, Azrael, Starfire, and Jessica Cruz are off trying to save the Ghost Worlds, and Rapture is building up an army to fight against the old gods. What will happen? Well, you're gonna have to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, check back every Sunday to find the epic space Odyssey tale that is Justice League Odyssey. Thank you so much for your guys' support. I hope you guys will be returning real soon, and I will see you next time right here at the Comicstorian channel.